Hey everyone, Chef Jason coming to you from the Sunset Produce Test Kitchens up here in Leamington, Ontario. Today we've got an amazing recipe we're going to do for you. It's the ancient sweet pepper bisque. This is a really simple recipe for you to do. You'll be able to do it either the day before or a few hours before your guests come. Let it sit and meld all the beautiful flavors together. It's a very simple recipe. It incorporates only a few ingredients, onions, garlic, celery, carrots, a little bit of Yukon Gold potato, and of course, our beautiful ancient sweet peppers grown in our hothouses here in Leamington, Ontario, and throughout the United States. We're going to get started on this. All you need really is a frying pan or a small pot. The recipe that's on our website has the amounts you need. Obviously, all you have to do is double that, triple that for how many people you have coming. Let's get started on this recipe. Right now, we're going to take a little bit of onion, peel off a little bit of the skin on the outside here. The great thing with this recipe is that because it's a puree or a bisque, we actually don't need to have all of our product chopped all down finely. So you can actually do the prep on this dish very quickly. You can see I'm just roughly chopping up the onions there. I got carrots and celery here as well. Gonna roughly chop that up. Perfect. And again, I keep stuff on a platter because we're just going to mix it all together. The thing with a soup like this is that we don't necessarily need to have everything separated too much. I got some fresh garlic here. Now, if you don't have fresh garlic, if you don't like working with fresh garlic, you can always work with a garlic puree, which you can buy pre-pureed in the store. You know, it's a good way to cheat. Generally use the same amount. The recipes call for either cloves or tablespoons. Usually the cloves, you want to translate that to about 3 cloves per about half a tablespoon of garlic. All you want to do here is pound it, give it a pound down. It will come right out of its skin, as you can see. Perfect. Great. Now again, as I said, we don't need to chop this up finely because we're going to puree the whole soup at the end. Perfect. So I've got a little bit of chopped garlic there. Put that to the side. My onions. I'm going to take a little bit of potato here. Don't need a lot of potato. I want to use that little potato just to bind the soup, help it get a little bit thick. Again, of course, chopping the potato. And then, of course, the best part of the whole dish is our ancient sweet peppers. Cut the tip and tail off. Basically, what you want to do with these things, you want to cut them straight down the center. You want to open them right up. You can slice them right in half, actually. The great thing about the ancient sweets is that they actually don't have a lot of seeds in them. So as you can see, by the inside, unlike a regular bell pepper, there's not a big pith inside, so they're very, very easy to clean. And the seeds, actually, funny enough, have got a beautiful sweet flavor, unlike regular bell peppers. And again, we're just going to take this, quickly chop it down to a rough chop. The side here, and this one as well. Perfect. All right, amazing. And that's basically all we need to do as far as cutting up all of our product goes. So basically we've got all of our soup ingredients right here. Very simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it over to our frying pan. We're going to give it all a quick saute. All right, we've got all of our vegetables cut and ready to go to the frying pan right now. Since I'm doing a small amount, I'm using sort of a high-sided frying pan for this one here. I'm going to start off with a little bit of butter. Right in the frying pan. I'm also going to add a little bit of grapeseed oil. All I'm going to do is just burn that down. It's nice and hot right now. I'm going to add in my garlic, my onions. Perfect. What we want to do here with this is we want the onions to just glisten a little bit. We want to take them down, soften them up, and get some of those beautiful onion flavor out of there. We're also going to caramelize the garlic just a tiny bit, just to get it brown, let the sugars brown a little bit. Doesn't take very long at all, especially when you're working on high heat. Perfect. I'm adding my carrots to this. My potatoes. My celery's in there already. Perfect. A little bit smaller. Little trick for you. The faster you want to saute and cook things in a soup, cut them as small as possible. A quick saute. Now I'm going to add my peppers in. Perfect. So all we want to do with this is that primarily with the soup is that we don't need to saute it very long with the ingredients. What we want to do is we want to boil the soup as we do with most soups. We want to take all that flavor out of a nice stock with some white wine and some cream. And right here I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock and white wine. And I'm going to add a little bit of 35% cream. Perfect. And that's how simple this soup is. So we've actually got our soup on the stove right now. All we need to do now is bring this up to a boil, cook everything until it's soft, and that's going to be our last step. We'll puree it and present beautiful soup. All right, great. So we've had our soup going for about 15 minutes now. Everything in the soup, it looks like it's starting to get really soft and all the flavors starting to melt together. The smell is unbelievable. All we're going to do now is we're going to basically transfer it into our blender at this point. Right now I'm just using a household blender. I'm going to stick all the ingredients down inside here. Perfect. Just like so. But be very careful because it's going to be quite hot. Put it on here. And you want to puree very slowly. So make sure that your seal on your blender is very tight. Once you put hot product into the blender, it has a tendency to steam up and pop out the top. So you want to be very, very careful. I'm going to be pulsing this very light pulses for a second. I just want to be able to start getting the chunks in the soup pureed. Just a little bit of pulsing with this. Just to get the liquid, get the chunks sort of beat up a little bit, loosen up a little bit. And then we'll lay it off for a puree. Great. We have a beautiful soup here. I'm going to pull the cap off. Oh, we got a beautiful looking soup. Amazing color. We'll take it out and put it back in the pot. I just want to bring it back up to the boil. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it back up to the boil very quickly. I'm going to season it with a little bit of my sea salt. Mix it around. It doesn't take very long for the salt to dissolve. Beautiful smell coming off of this soup. And of course, before I do anything serving, I'm going to taste it. Amazing. The smell on this is absolutely amazing. We made this whole soup, enough here for about 2 or 3 people in about 25-30 minutes right now. So we have a beautiful colored soup here, beautiful consistency. You can smell the amazing flavors coming off this soup. It's almost ready to go. Last thing we're going to do to finish this soup off, take a little fresh basil leaf right here from my garden. Basically just going to do a chiffonade, a little julienne and fresh basil. Take our angel here. I'm going to stick it on top here. And there we have it. Amazing ancient sweet pepper bisque.